Have you ever had a long night and wondered, where is God in all of this? You cried out for comfort and you just couldn't feel his presence in that moment. Well, that's exactly what's going on with the psalmist in Psalm 77. But watch how he pivots from panic to peace by doing one specific thing. Hey family, it's Rachel here. We are continuing our journey through the book of Psalm, and today we are reading Psalm 77. Now, Psalm 77 begins with deep spiritual anxiety. The psalmist wonders whether God's steadfast love has ceased. Has it gone away? And then there's this turning point that comes when he deliberately remembers God's past acts, especially the Exodus, describing God's path through the sea where his footprints were unseen. And we see that in Exodus 14. Let's begin to read Psalm 77 together right now. I cry out to God. Yes, I shout. Oh, that God would listen to me. When I was in deep trouble, I searched for the Lord. All night long, I prayed with hands lifted towards heaven, but my soul was not comforted. I think of God and I moan, overwhelmed with longing for his help. You don't let me sleep. I am too distressed even to pray. I think of the good old days, long since ended, when my nights were filled with joyful songs. I search my soul and ponder the difference now. Has the Lord rejected me forever? Will he never again be kind to me? Is his unfailing love gone forever? Have his promises permanently failed? Has God forgotten to be gracious? Has he slammed the door on his compassion? And I said, this is my fate. The Most High has turned his hand against me. Then I recall all you have done, O Lord. I remember your wonderful deeds of long ago. They are constantly in my thoughts. I cannot stop thinking about your mighty works. Oh God, your ways are holy. Is there any God as mighty as you? You are the God of great wonders. You demonstrate your awesome power among the nations. By your strong arm, you redeemed your people, the descendants of Jacob and Joseph. When the Red Sea saw you, O God, its waters looked and trembled. The sea quaked to its very depth. The clouds poured down rain. The thunder rumbled in the sky. Your arrow of lightning flashed. Your thunder roared from the whirlwind. The lightning lit up the world. The earth trembled and shook. Your road led through the sea, your pathway through the mighty waters, a pathway no one knew was there. You led your people along that road like a flock of sheep with Moses and Aaron as their shepherd. I love this psalm because this psalm goes from looking at their situation to looking at God. And that makes all the difference. When we're looking at our situation, we will feel anxious, overwhelmed, stressed, worried. But when we shift our focus and we look at God, everything changes. I love when he says in verse 11, but then I recall all you have done, O Lord. I remember your wonderful deeds of long ago. It's like in that moment, a moment of truth breaks open. And he's like, you know what? Let me remember what God has done. He is the same God who did this before, who helped us to cross the Red Sea. He created a path where there was not even one. We didn't know that a path was there, but he created that. We have to go back and look at his history so that we can remember his story. His story in our life is tied to history, the history that we've experienced with him. And then he says in verse 14, and this is Asaph, one of the chief musicians, you are the God of great wonders. You demonstrate your awesome power among the nations. By your strong arm, you redeemed your people, the descendants of Jacob and Joseph. We have to remember who God is in the midst of everything we're going through. He says, you are the God of great wonders, and you demonstrated this. I'm not just assuming this or thinking this. I have seen the wonders of your hand take place. Y'all, we have to think about the God that we serve and the wonders of his work, the workmanship, the craftsmanship, the detail, the fact that he knows all, he sees all. Nothing is catching him by surprise. Psalm 77 is a beautiful reminder and depiction of what it looks like to go from worry to remembering, from stress to joy, from concern to casting our cares. That's what we get to see in this psalm. All right, y'all, you ready? It's time for the Daily Seed. Memory functions as more of a theological discipline in scripture. Israel was repeatedly commanded to recall deliverance events so that present uncertainty would not erase their covenant confidence, which we see in Deuteronomy 8. This psalm shows how rehearsing sacred history can stabilize faith during personal crisis. Psalm 77 teaches us that spiritual clarity often emerges not through new revelation, but intentional remembrance of what God has already done. So now let me ask you this question. What do you need to be reminded of? What do you need to remember about God's past faithfulness in your life to help you walk through this season that you're in right now? Let's talk about it in the comments. Listen, I know your days are nonstop, and sometimes your faith just feels tested. You want a real relationship with God, but you need a space where you can actually ask questions and get those answers that you've been pursuing. Well, inside our Deeper Roots community, we provide the tools like context checks, exclusive podcasts, short audio teachings, resources to help you stay consistent even when life is kind of chaotic. So it's time for you to go from just reading the word to truly living it. Join me at wordandseed.com/community and get rooted. All right, y'all. So as a reminder, after watching this video, I want you to grab the Your Summer in the Psalms journal and spend about 15-20 minutes reading the text that's in the journal again. Listen to it in the YouVersion Bible plan and then write it in your own words. All of this in different translations. This process is going to help it stick so that you can meditate on what you have read today and you can live it out. All right, family, as always, time with God is time you will never regret spending. I will see you in Psalm chapter 78.